It's the kid, 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 it's your boy Double H, half hope, trying to live easy, chill. Um, the simple show here, simple show here. You know what it is. This is the Sunday Hangar where we sort of somewhat review the happenings that happened during the week and also look ahead to stuff. So we're going to be reviewing the biggest stories of the weekend, and then we're obviously going to do like a little kind of a general preview because one of the biggest games in the last 30 years happens on Wednesday, 5 to 6 BST. This was one of the biggest games in 30 years of football. Chelsea Ajax, massive game, huge game. Like 2.6 billion are going to be tuning in to watch that game because that game could define a whole generation. So we've got some of our guys in here. Obviously, some guys will try and comment if they can make it, if they cannot make it, but we'll try and see what we can do. So let's just start off first with this one because obviously the game that everyone is talking about is Liverpool-United. We'll get there, but the CL preview is obviously the real big thing. Barca. So people have already given them a name. MSG. North Madison Square Garden. Messi, Cannibal Suarez, and your boy Antoine Griezmann. And people are saying that maybe this could be the new MSN. This could be guys that could potentially, probably, maybe even translate something towards MSN. So really, look, man, I'll hand it over to the guys that are in here, man. So let me start off first with your boy Ahmed there. So Ahmed, potentially, what can this trio do of Messi, the Cannibal, and Griezmann? If they click together, they work well together, can they be as good as MSN, or can they be good enough to really lead Barcelona all the way to Champions League victory?
Champions League, I don't see this Barca side being able to sustain that,
Why not?
regardless of
Why not
MSG,
specifically? Why not? Why can't they sustain it?
because of so many other competitive teams. I trust Liverpool more. I even trust City more at times than this Barca side.
City.
And let's not forget, at times, yes. I mean, when Laporte is fit, which
Have
he should be.
when last did Man City make a Champions League semi-final? Long
I mean,
long
who
time
did
ago.
Barcelona play on the road to that? I mean, they made it in what year was it?
2017
Under
or
27
2016?
no, before Guardiola.
Yeah.
What year was it they got to it? Yeah, so they can, and they have the squad strength, and when Laporte's back, they'll definitely be contenders. It's just, I mean, we saw Barca earlier this season. We saw how they can be without Messi, and Messi's fitness isn't a certainty. I mean, we've seen his like, inconsistency so far this season when it comes to fitness, and even then, Barca's defense isn't that strong. Like they can be got, and they're still in a tough group to get out of. So they still could get second in that group. I could see that. And even then, there's just too many teams. You have better suited teams like Liverpool, uh, better than Barca. La Liga, that should be a attainable goal for MSG, depending on how Real Madrid do as their main title contender, which means El Clasico is going to be big because I think that's going to determine La Liga's outcome, quite possibly. But no, La Liga victory possible, Copa del Rey possible. I don't see them getting a Champions League this season.
Okay. Well, also, so guys, saying it was actually in 2016 that City made the semi-final, which was weird. All right, Juju man, MSG. What can these guys do? Do you believe that as a trio they can say what's up?
Yes, I think so because
Whoa, easy, easy. So you're saying they can be as good as MSN?
yes, they have like no, not
Juju
as
man,
good as look
don't.
look with MSN. This guy's got along because I mean the culture, South American culture, but I mean Griezmann is European, but they won't be as close. But Griezmann brings a lot to the table, even though he's not as skillful as I mean technically gifted as Neymar. His physical attributes. I think this guy, he's. I think he'll bring something to Barcelona. As for La Liga, I mean, I think La Liga is now becoming a one team league, and with
Hey,
Champions
okay, look,
League,
easy. We have not yet gotten to Real Madrid, so just chill, chill, chill.
with Champions League, if they make it, if they top the group, which I expect them to do,
So they can go all the way. So basically, this trio can go all the way. So you're saying this trio, first of all, is as good as MSN, and they can go all the way. You're putting a
At
lot of
least,
faith into Griezmann,
oh,
bro.
no, wait, no, not all the way. At least quarters. I mean, at
So
least
quarters
quarters is
max or
guaranteed.
semi? Okay, quarters max or semis max?
Says, no, they'll go at least semis max. I'll say semis max. But it depends. With the draw, if they get a favorable draw, I can see them in the final.
Okay. So let me ask you before I go to Abdullahi. Wait.
The one person no one's talking about, De Jong, I think is the key for this team.
No, okay, but my main thing though is that just going to just the whole MSG thing. What is it that you think Griezmann brings that Neymar didn't bring back in 2015 though? What is it that Griezmann can do that Neymar can't do? Jujuman.
Sorry, my mic is acting up.
Okay, no, it's just okay. Yeah. So basically, I'll take it. So what is it that Griezmann can bring to the table that Neymar can't bring to the table specifically?
I mean, first of all, I mean, Griezmann is fit. He doesn't get injured as Neymar, so that's one positive. Second of all, I think with Griezmann, is more of his physical. I mean, he's more physical than Neymar, which is one thing. And the other thing with Griezmann, I mean, I think he's good. His work rate is better than Neymar. Neymar used to defensively. This guy, he didn't like. Jordi Alba was basically doing. No, I mean Neymar defended at times, but Griezmann offers more defensively too. So this is a good signing. It's a good signing, but I think the one thing no one is looking at, I think De Jong. This guy is like, I think top three midfielders in the world.
Whoa! Oh,
Frankie.
No. Okay.
Nah,
All right, okay. Yeah. You've talked. You've talked. Now, wait. Now you can mute your mic, man. It's top three midfield. Get the hell out of here, man. Hazem. MSG. What's popping, man? Hazem. So, how well do you think the Barca MSG thing is going to work in your view, Mr. Hazem? All right. Red. Barca's MSG. How well do you think that it will work?
I think it's pretty. I think
Hazem speaking. HH.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So sorry. Hasn't speaking. Sorry. Like I think I didn't meet it. Okay. Carry on. So how well do you think that they will do?
To be honest, I'm not expecting anything close to MSN. I think it's definitely not going to reach that. I like Griezmann. He's definitely a good addition to the front three. But sorry, man, he's not reaching any of the MSN levels of that 2015 season. He's I just don't see him being as good enough as any of the MSN. Messi and Suarez are a different level, and Suarez is coming to the end of career, but I can see Suarez having a great season this year, and he's really rediscovering his true self. So I think they're gonna be effective this season. But the question is the Champions League. How can they really implement the Champions League? So I think they're not going to reach the levels of MSN, but they're going to be really good, and they're going to cause some real problems for the big teams. Hello?
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yo, so Red, thoughts on the MSG, man?
I'm to be honest with you, HH, I'm not impressed. It's that's just what you expect from a front line that includes Messi and Suarez. I don't think Griezmann is going to go anywhere near what Neymar did. I do think they're quality, of course, because they're three quality players. But I mean, as a front three, I'm not sold on Griezmann yet as a winger. I don't think it works. Them beating Ibar is not a testament to their quality because historically they've always been Ibar. I don't remember a time where Ibar even got a point off of Barca. So yeah, like Griezmann, see how he because I don't think he's going to be doing well playing on the left wing or even on the right wing for that matter. His best role is centrally. I think we're at a where they could play a diamond with Griezmann and Suarez up front and Messi right behind them. I think that'll be much more effective than playing as a front three. Because they can't do what Neymar, Messi, and Suarez did, because that was perfect. Because Messi's prefers the right, Neymar's prefers the left, and Suarez is down central. They're all playing in pretty much their natural position, and I feel like that's where they're going to be most effective. Where they were most effective, whereas Griezmann, there's a bit of a makeshift there, and he's not really a young player to be able to for you really test with. He's 29 years old, so like he's already developed into the player that he is. You don't see players at 29 shifting positions easily, unless like maybe you're shifting from a winger to a striker, where now you just have less defensive responsibilities. But for him, from a striker back to a winger, you're adding more to his role, which I don't think he even has that in him. He's not as fast as he used to be. And also, if you're going to play him on the left, he's a left-footed player. So essentially, his finesse shots, one of his best attributes, it's gone. He's going to be limited to just crossing and cutbacks. Now, unless they have a more of a fluid front three where Messi and Griezmann can sort of shift, and then that way he can go a bit on the right, and that's where he's pretty much on his dominant foot shot taking. But aside from that, I don't know, man. I feel like if they go up against a tougher team, they will eventually be exposed. I don't think Barca are anywhere near the levels that they used to be before. Their midfield looks good, but I agree with Juju though. Like I think Arthur and De Jong are I'm more impressed with Barca's midfield than their front line nowadays. When I see De Jong, like honestly, this player is class. Like I don't know top three because I have to wait for players to actually give me a couple of seasons. But like for what he's doing right now, like man, he could easily be in the future a top 3 player.
And, Red, I have a counter argument with Griezmann because I think I think there's only a few teams that can beat Barcelona. I just think PSG can beat them, and like they'll beat Liverpool because they have an improvement.
I'll tell you, Juve in the current state will beat Barcelona.
No, I don't.
Juve in the current state, yeah, they will.
Relax. Relax.
No, they cannot. Barcelona beat Atleti, but I mean they usually beat Atleti. Juve struggle against Atleti, so
no, but
Barca, bro, no way, bro.
Barca beat Atleti only in the league. When it comes to the Champions League, they've lost to Atleti.
But if you look at it, there's like 3 or 4 teams that can challenge Barcelona. The rest, I mean, they should easily beat them. So with Griezmann, this guy is not he's used to the big stages. I mean, look at his resume. I mean, how many semi-finals, Champions League, how many finals, the Euro finals, the World Cup finals. So this is a great addition, and like it's going to get better from now on because as the time goes on, they're going to get more chemistry, and it's just I mean, these guys are going to be successful.
Okay. Sure. Let me just get some. Okay. Red, respond. You wanted to respond. Red, respond.
No, it's just that like for the teams that could beat Barca, like of course there's no team that can flat out say like, oh, this team will go in and they'll definitely beat Barca. But like when I'm looking at from the teams that I've watched so far, I see Liverpool are a big threat to Barca. I feel like if there was a rematch between those two, I would pick Liverpool over them. I would also pick Man City over Barca. I would pick Juve. Honestly, like I like you guys know, like I prefer Inter. Like
no,
Juve haven't. Man, Juve they went to Inter Milan away. They beat them. They went to Atleti away. They got a 2-2 draw in the Champions League. They're still unbeaten in the season. Like nobody has beaten Juve so far this season. They have depth in attack. Like Juve are like they're actually like they'll bring off Dybala, bring on Higuain. We have Ronaldo, Douglas Costa, Juan Cuadrado. Aside from the defense, their midfield right now under Sarri, like they've been playing a really good counterattacking system. They've been looking very fluid. So when I'm looking at them play, I haven't seen Juve have the blips over this season the same way Barca did. Let's not forget that Barca have already lost twice this season. Barca went to Dortmund and dropped a horrible performance. Barca, like even against Inter Milan, they won, but against Inter Milan, that first half, Barca fans will tell you, Inter Milan played them off the park.
All right, Red. What's
the second half, bro? Look at the second half. Come
on. Wait, guys. We have to move. Guys, we have to move on. We have to move on, guys. So look, Real Madbrick. Easy, no, okay, just chill. Real Madbrick. Okay, this has to be done. I'll keep it real with you guys. I'll keep it all the way a stack. I worry for Zidane, man. I really worry for Zidane. Now, the last time Real Mallorca were relevant was when Samuel Eto'o used to play for them back in 1747.
The Norway winner.
Wait, easy. Just chill. So, my thing about this is that I think that La Liga is pretty much over because I think all the excitement and the hype around Atletico is just done. And what I said at the very beginning, which is that yeah, you may have Hazard who decided not to play because what your child was being born. Okay, cool. Hazard or Zad wasn't enough for Real Madrid to really say anything. So, am I right in my assessment that it is all over for Real Madrid and they have no chance whatsoever of getting any cheddar this season? Let me start first with your boy Ahmed.
No, I think it's too early. I think it was similar to the Liverpool games we'll get to later. It was a bad performance from a number of players, and also I think the lineup wasn't too good. Odriozola normally plays well. I think had a terrible game, especially with the sending off. Vinicius is trash in the final third. I don't
He's
know
no,
why
no,
he's
no.
still.
Vinicius is just trash. He's trash. Like let's no, no.
No,
Let's just keep it real. He's trash. He's trash. Carry
I
on.
mean,
But
no,
sorry,
yeah,
carry on.
he's not
Carry on.
trash.
okay, you can call him trash because I mean his main job is to be good in the final third, which he isn't right now. I know he's young, but you shouldn't be starting for Madrid. Similar
Pointless
to
player.
Jovic. Yeah, squad depth, Super Cup and Copa del Rey maybe for now at least. And Jovic is still not clicked yet. I mean, he's still also similar to Vinicius. He hasn't been good. He's just been terrible. And the way Isco would play that game wasn't as impressive as usual. The whole squad was just it wasn't as good as normal. Even Casemiro felt at times not his usual self. And I think that's down partially to the manager, but there should be no excuse for not being able to score one goal against Mallorca to at least draw. That should be the minimum expectation of that.
Oh, okay. Hazard.
Yeah, bro. To be honest, I can't say it's over. Come on, like, you can't say it's over so early. They're one
It's over.
point
Hazard.
behind
Hazard. It
Barcelona.
is over. But carry
Bro,
on.
come on, man. They're 1 point behind Barcelona.
No, no.
It's like
It doesn't matter.
same thing as Inter Juve, 1 point behind each other. You can't just say it's over. It's too early. But what I'm saying is Zidane needs to fix up fast because I don't know why he's all of a sudden trying to experiment at this point in the season when he could have easily gone into the driving seat in the league if he won this game. And now he's trying to experiment with 4-4-2. Are you serious? Trying to play, Jovic and Benzema together. I understand, you want to play Jovic, give him a chance, but not at this point, bro. And Jovic just not good enough. Secondly, like when you're playing 4-4-2, how can you play Isco as one of the two holding midfielders? What? Are you serious? Like it doesn't make sense to be honest. It's a weird decision. So, to be honest, Madrid, you can still say that they have a good chance of winning the league.
Okay. So, okay, tell me, what chance do you give them? What chance, honestly, do you give Madrid?
What do you mean by what? Like percentage?
Yeah, no, okay, just give me, okay, what percentage do you give them under Zidane and in this current state, do you give them of winning La Liga as a percentage?
To be honest, I'll give them 60%. I still see them. I still see them as being able to win the league because I still believe that Hazard can get back to form. To be honest, because I know he's fat. I know he's a donut right now. But
Don't fat shame. Don't fat shame.
I mean, I thought he was the
don't
pregnant
get
one, to
me.
be honest. I don't know his wife was the one that gave birth.
Don't worry. Look, now he has new motivation. A new chapter in his life. His wife is born. Ah, sorry, his wife is his wife produced a child, and now he has motivation to be fit. Fit dad and fit player. So I think now he can have a good. He has the motivation to get back to form, and I think once Hazard is in form, many things can fix up. And I think you should give Rodrigo a chance because he looks very talented.
Okay.
So
All
yeah,
right.
I still think Madrid have a good chance to be honest.
Okay. Juju man.
So with the league, it was over when I saw Hazard showing up. The way he showed up in
Oh my
preseason,
God.
I knew the league was over. I mean, anyone that comes up with excuse, I mean, last hangout, everyone was afraid to call out Hazard. But again, I'll say again, we're approaching November. still finding fitness. This is
Bro,
like
give him a chance.
I've
Give him
never
a chance.
a chance. Like it's been 4 months. Like this is like unprecedented. How can you be an athlete and be out of shape for 4 months?
Juju man, give him
I
a
don't-
chance. Give him
I
one
don't know
season.
what's
One
going
season.
on.
One season. Just one season, please. Just one. Come on, chill.
Oh,
Yep,
all right,
that's right.
all right. And then as for Zidane, I mean, I look at Madrid fans.
Careful,
what's it
he's
called?
a horseman. Juju man, be very careful with your words. You're speaking about a horseman.
Because look, this guy he got lucky. Like the Clasico was postponed because he has more time now to work. Because if he had lost to Barcelona, it would have been all over the newspaper. He has more time. But the one thing I'll say with the players, Vinicius should be playing for Flamengo. I don't think he's Madrid quality. Nothing personal. Nothing personal. This guy should be playing in Brazil.
Bro, last
I
year,
don't think.
come on.
His finishing is not up to standard. It's nothing personal. And as for Jovic, I don't know if that's another player. I don't know if he's Madrid quality. Should go back to Frankfurt. And the rest of the team, I think the core problem with Madrid has been the midfield. And I mean, I don't think they'll get Pogba. So I don't know. They have to be creative in this.
Bro, no, Juju man, be very careful. If you're in a dark alley and Vinicius sees you in a dark alley, that guy is gonna beat the living crap out of you. That is a. But no, things that you are actually right, but that is a very, very bad insult. That's because no, Juju man, I haven't heard the name of Flamengo since Romario played back in the mid-90s. Okay, look, round off man, so I can go to Red man. Round off your thing.
All right. So with Madrid, they're out of La Liga. I didn't expect them to win La Liga. So and what's it called with the Copa del Rey and the tournament? Look, I'll say this.
No one cares about the Copa del Rey.
Yeah,
okay, so.
yeah, other than the trophy. So Madrid, the only thing Madrid I expect them to win, I expect them. They're my favorite to win Europa League. Madrid for this season. They're
What
my
about
pick.
Super Cup?
No. Yeah, true.
Whoa, wait. Who's the favorite to win the Europa League?
Madrid. I'm not sure
Okay.
they're making it out of the group.
Okay, Juju man,
my
that's
God,
enough.
bro.
Juju man, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, before I go to red, I go to red. So Daniel, I think Daniel Young, thank you for your super chat. He says, do you think NYCFC will win the I think he said the MLS Cup or something? If that's the team that David Villa plays for, then yes, they will. I'm not sure which team.
They won't, HH. They won't. Every single season, they hype up some of these MLS teams. Once they go to the CONCACAF, and a Mexican team will always knock them out. Tigres or Club America, they always get
Red,
knocked out
I've
by
had a
Mexican
vision.
Yeah,
Red,
that's what MLS
I've had a
is.
vision.
Oh,
Daniel, I've
those
had a
are the
vision.
visions.
This is the season they do it. I don't care when anyone says this is the season that they do it. Okay, let me bring. But thank you, Daniel, for that question. Red, thoughts on your club? Is Juju man right? Have you given up red? It's over. Red, it's over.
I
Just give
disagree
up.
with everything all of you. Like, aside from Hazard dropped some gems, but because first of all, how are we criticizing Hazard when he wasn't even on the pitch yesterday? He didn't even wasn't even near the stadium. His wife gave birth and he took some time off. I'm not going to criticize him. Don't forget that Gareth Bale wasn't playing. This was our B team playing. We had to play with, like Hazard said, we played Isco and James in the midfield, which means defensively we're not going to be good on that. And we conceded the goal early on, and then we had to try to pierce through 11 men because they just sat back the whole match. They didn't even try to play us. So it was an unlucky loss, but it's our first loss in 9 games, so it's not too bad. Barca already lost twice. We only lost once. And not to mention that we have also went to tougher grounds than Barca. We went to Celta Vigo away. We went to Sevilla away. We our away matches have been tougher. As for the Champions League, if we win against Galatasaray this week, we jump to second in the group. So how are we in the Europa League?
But Red, how likely is that based on how Real Madrid have been playing on the Zidane? Are you confident you can beat Galatasaray?
Of course, I'm confident we could beat them. It's not.
Whoa,
that,
wait. So Red, what was the score against FC Brugge at the crib?
2-2.
What was the score?
2-2.
Thank you.
2-2. No, that's fine. That's we drew. Again, like a ton of teams always like Barca drew to Dortmund. You have, of course, I'm not trying to equate Club Brugge to Dortmund, but like I mean, like teams have these kind of
Wait,
results. It's not how you react.
Right, but you know, like you have to win against Galatasaray. If you don't, like,
No, we
your
will.
league is going to look like
Win.
it's a possibility.
Judgment quiet.
I don't
Judgment
think you're
quiet. They're not going
beating
to Europa
PSG.
League. Judgment,
We
Zad
will
didn't
win. We
didn't
will
leave Chelsea to go back to the Europa League. So Judgment, shut your mouth. Red, finish your point.
And as for Vinicius, like I mean, guys, like having an agenda against a kid, like that's sad. Like Vinicius is 19 years old. He's a kid. We haven't even he hasn't even played a full season yet. and
Red,
we're
he ain't it.
already
No.
crashing.
Red, he ain't it, man. He ain't it, bro. Talented, but
He's
nah,
not-
he ain't
yes,
it.
He's better than
he's not.
Dembele.
Look, like I'm of the opinion that Vinicius, Rodrigo, they should have been loaned out. They should not have. We can't put this kind of pressure on them because this is what kind of happens when you play for Madrid. Everybody just wants to like take shots at you. They will. As soon as you have a couple of bad games, just last week or before the international break, when Vinicius scored a finesse shot, everybody was praising him. This week we lose, everybody's calling him trash. It is what it is. It's going to take some time, but I believe over the course of the season, his quality will shine through, and the team will shine through. We had a bad result. That's fine. We're 1 point behind Barca. It's still the season still goes. We still have the Clásico to play, two El Clásicos to play, so it's not over yet. But like but to reiterate on everything I want to say, like I think Jovic, like Zidane has to stop starting him on the right or on the left. Either start him as a pure number 9 where he gets proper service. Don't start him alongside anybody else because when they're doing that, he essentially has to compromise his position for somebody else down centrally. So he's not playing in his proper position. Vinicius, like we should just use him this season because I don't think we're going to loan him out in January. But as a sub, Hazard has to be available constantly. And as for like the Hazard being fat, if you watch the international break and watch Belgium, Hazard he looks physically peak. He has an 8-pack right now. You guys could look it up. I hate to really bring this up. I don't like talking about this kind of stuff. Like, like
Eight bags. 8 bags.
It's because he gave birth the other day. They were
No,
asking.
I'm in quiet.
He's in good condition. He's in good condition.
Okay. Let me bring in this. So let me just answer the super chat again from Daniel Young. So Daniel Young says, how can NYCFC win the CONCACAF Champions League? Now, I just learned from the live chat that David Vienna plays for Vissel Kobe in Japan. So my advice would be tactics. If you're tactically prepared and you go old school, forget about trying to look cool, trying to be attacking, trying to get all the skills. Just be tactically disciplined and have a strong strategic plan. Then they can beat these Mexican teams that they always lose against. That is my personal approach. So let's just leave this here because remember we're trying to make this an hour. So Liverpool against United, that was a 1-1 draw. Also, by the way, I just saw something in the live chat about Granada and Osasuna are the toughest away grounds. Excuse me, what?
Oh, it's because they beat Barca. It's because they beat Barca. They dropped points.
Okay, yeah. No, seriously, I was actually like in tears laughing because wait, Granada and also aren't these clowns that lost 9-0, but whatever. So
Elche.
Oh yeah, Elche. Oh god. So Liverpool against United, so 1-1 draw, and I know that Hazem was happy about this result. Take one guess as to why Hazem was the happiest person with this flipping result. Wait, let me land. You have to be real there, is I believe Klopp does have a plan B and everything. And I thought he would implement his plan B, but I think once you took Salah out of it, Klopp's plan B just didn't work, and I think that Liverpool very much looked like a bunch of strangers playing together. I've preached by Henderson, quality player. Guy look like a classy brick today. See, that's the Henderson I know. See, the Henderson I saw today, that's my guy. Like, that's the Henderson that I roll with, man. And Solskjaer, I thought, was very tactically prepared for the game, very well tactically prepared. And I think he could have actually sealed the 1-0 victory. I was very impressed with Wan-Bissaka. Rojo was Daniel James and Rashford getting the G. And also Fred Flintstone hustled. So that was the good thing. But I think as people have noted, Salah has played against United, and I don't think he's ever scored against United at Old Trafford. So I don't think it would have changed that much, but I think it would have definitely
Oh,
helped a lot more
please.
having him in the easy, easy, easy. All right, so Ahmed, thoughts on the Liverpool United game, Ahmed?
I think about firstly about Salah. See, I think that having Salah and Mane, having two outlets is essential for Liverpool. It's not just about having one. You have to have both to be
What
the
about Oxley Chamberlain? What about Shaqiri?
possibly, but he put Origi and he kept him on for too long. I think because I think Origi should have been subbed off earlier than he was. At halftime, I think Chamberlain should have been brought on. But because we were talking about Salah and Hazim Salah agenda, I'm saying that if Salah was playing, even if he didn't score, having him there with Mane to supply him firstly, and secondly to be another outlet, to be two different lethal attacking threats is essential. Like even when Salah doesn't score, he's still an important part of the team. And similar with Mane, even when he has quote unquote bad time periods where he doesn't score for a game or two, he's still very important to the attack usually. And about the Klopp situation, he should have started with either a Shaqiri or a Chamberlain over Origi as a winger because Origi as a winger doesn't work. Usually, it just doesn't work. Firmino had a bad performance as well, not just Henderson. You can't just hate on Henderson.
Firmino was trash.
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, he didn't impress me at all. And Origi, when he started, was not impressive. And about the two VAR situations. Now with the Mane one, all right, I get the new rules and how they count that as a handball and how that's not gonna count. Similarly with the Origi foul, I guess you could say that was too far away and too far away from the phase of play. But two things I would like to say. Firstly, why are the referees not looking at the monitor for either of those? Why are these Premier League referees not doing that is the first thing. Secondly, they need to clearly define what phase of play is and what clear and obvious is, because it needs to be more clearly outlined in this. Because right now it's just confusing.
Okay, that's very, 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 very,
They
very
did.
fair questions.
They reviewed every decision. They reviewed
Wait,
the foul.
all
They
right, okay,
refu-
so,
they,
okay,
they did,
yeah,
but
okay,
what's
Hazem,
VAR
Hazem,
enough for the referee to go see it?
thoughts.
Um, yeah, man. First of all, good game. United really impressed me.
Yes, they were
They
impressive.
played
Based
kind
on
of
all the
like,
insults that were being given beforehand, give credits to United because everyone thought that
yeah,
they'd get smacked up.
yep. Actually, they played kind of like Atletico type game. Actually reminded me of Mourinho times when Liverpool came to Old Trafford. Always Mourinho caused them problems, and Solskjaer kind of did a similar thing. You know, they sat quite deep, and Rashford was really useful on the counter. And second half, Daniel James, wow, he was using his speed really good. This guy's really explosive. And McTominay was good at dictating the pace. Um, and what else from United's side? They defended well. Unfortunate with the Lallana goal. Yeah, so United they have a good sign, you know, to go forward. Like maybe they can get inspiration from this. Anyways, as for Liverpool, oh my God, guys, come on, man. Like, are you serious? Like, this is what happens. This is what happens. I'm sorry, bro. But without, I hope everyone realized that Salah is the center of this team. He's literally the center of this team. Everything happens by Salah. And when you see Mane running around dribbling like headless chicken, not getting anywhere, this is when you
Easy,
see how
Hazem,
important,
easy,
how. Don't worry,
relax.
Mane is a good player. Don't get me wrong, but these two complement each other. All right, Mane and Salah complement each other. So if Mane is the only one on the pitch, he can't really get anywhere. He just he needs that person to make the final pass. And Salah makes the final pass all the time. He has the most key passes. He creates a lot for the team, and he also makes the final finish. And he can be crucial in such big moments. And you know, I don't care if he never scored against United. It's 2019 right now, and Salah is on form, and he would have definitely made a big difference in this game. So unfortunate for Salah that he's injured, but I hope many Liverpool fans, and I've seen many Liverpool fans, really appreciating how important Salah is for the team based on this match in being a counterpoint. So I want to congratulate Salah on this match. Great match. in terms of great match and showing that you are important. And yeah, keep it up, Salah. Yep.
Okay, thank you. Juju man, thoughts on the game.
Look, I'll pass on this one because I didn't watch because I expected Liverpool to win.
Okay, thank you.
It's not
Okay, yeah, okay,
happened.
you've talked. Thank you, you've talked. Okay, thank you. Red, thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I'm just gonna praise United, man. Like, first off, I wanna apologize to Marcus Rashford. I've slandered him for the past since the beginning of this
Bro,
season.
Red, how much? Okay, he scored the goal. How much did he really do? Did he
No, 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 no.
did he really change that much? Really? Let's be real.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not saying he's amazing, but this is the level I expect from Marcus Rashford. This is like that kind of performance he gave today, where you get a good goal because that goal was quality of him. The positioning, the finish, those finishes aren't typically easy. You could say it's a tap in, but it was off a cross. Not only that, he was causing havoc to that Liverpool back line. Constantly, every run he made, they had to track him. They had to track him, and especially because don't forget, HH, he's playing solo. He's not playing with a strike partnership. He doesn't really have the wingers that are pushing forward. United were parking the bus, so it's his sole duty to be the attacking gear for United. Him and Daniel James, I feel like that there's a connection there because Daniel James' delivery, whether he was on the right, I feel like on the right he's more effective than on the left. I noticed today because I see him always play on the left, but on the right, like the balls he was giving, the switches of play, he was incredible. I thought, well, not incredible, but he was really, really good. So I thought that was really good. As for, I do agree with something Hassan said that Liverpool did miss Salah, but it's not for the reasons that he's saying that he just carries the team, but because I noticed that Ashley Young was comfortable on the ball, like he was because I felt that he was going forward a bit more. He was giving a bit more balls. He actually looked like a proper player, not like the Ashley Young we're accustomed to today. And I felt like because Liverpool didn't really have anybody on his side really pressing him properly, because for their fullbacks they were pretty much sitting back, like Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson. They were sitting back. They weren't going forward as they usually do because they're worried from United on the counter, and so he had some space. And I think like they pretty much played into United's hand by doing that because now the fullbacks for United, they're able to make those long balls where Rashford can run or Daniel James can run and pick it up and then cross the ball and catch it on the count, which that's how they scored. But yeah, overall, United played very, very well. I kind of expected. I actually predicted it. There are a couple of guys here. I think I told them I predicted United to win 2-0 because I always feel like form doesn't matter in these kind of big matches. Like Barcelona could be on a losing streak, and then when they play Madrid, they'll beat us 5-0. It doesn't matter. Form, when these big matches, teams tend to turn up. They tend to be extra prepared because this is a match that could save your season. You may not win anything, but it would give you a memorable, derby. So I expected that United would sit back, get a jammy goal, and then maybe later on in the match that Liverpool would push too high up, and then United would catch them on the counter and eventually score their second. But yeah, that didn't happen. Liverpool got a goal, which, by the way, Liverpool's goal I felt was fairly lucky. Like if had one of the United players intercepted that pass, they wouldn't have finished that finish. But yeah, 1-1, decent result for United. I still think Ole should be sacked. I don't think this saves Ole at all. I just think that the players are actually quality when they know what to do. Pardon?
Oh,
I just think that Ole, they just need a new manager, and I think United will be good. They could push next season, and they don't need Pogba, by the way.
okay.
Pogba should leave.
All right, so look, man. Last 15 minutes now for this hour. Champions League, man. There are pretty much two main games, but one absolutely huge game. And relax, guys. This is the football hot, not the Chelsea hot. Okay, I understand that Chelsea access is huge, but really, there's only one massive, humongous game that focuses Inter Milan against Dortmund. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. So, Inter Milan are at home first, or is it Dortmund at home first?
Oh, Inter at home.
San
Inter-
Siro, guys.
What is it?
Wait, does it matter?
0.
Juju shush. What do you mean by doesn't matter? Okay, wait. Okay, before I carry on, let me just hit the super chats. So Gatlock, thank you very much for your £5 super chats, Gatlock. So Gatlock says, "Yo HH, did you hear Mourinho's take on Rashford, calling him young and experienced? Because guy has been playing many matches since 18 years and he's better playing left forward." So Gatlock, I didn't hear what Mourinho said. And look, thing with okay, let me just deal with that, and maybe I can give it to the panel just very briefly. So for Gatlock, I disagree with Mourinho there. I think that Rashford is talented, but ultimately he's not great a player. And I think we were sold a dream as far as Rashford being one of the best young players out there. The gap between Rashford and a Sancho, Rashford and an Mbappe, Rashford and an Us is huge. Absolutely huge. I think those players I just mentioned, Leroy Sané, are on a whole different level from your boy Rashford. Rashford is but he's not an elite player. And left forward, centre forward, right forward, it doesn't matter. He can be pretty good. He ain't great. So guys, I mean thoughts. So am I wrong in my assessments on Rashford? Am I a bit harsh? Is he a lot better than I say? Or
You're fair. It's very fair. Like for me, he's never struck me as a kind of player that you're gonna have to worry about. You really have to plan for, like for example, like a Hazard when Chelsea, like you know how Mourinho pretty much always would plan to mark him out of the game completely. He's not that type of player where you have to give him that kind of respect, but he's quality. Like he's still the type of player I expect from him, like 15 goals to 20 goals a season over on all competitions. He's a player that you do have to, like, you can't sleep on him on the field. Like you saw, like I said today with Liverpool, he was causing them a lot of problems. Had they United had two more players like him, then we would have had a game.
okay. So
But
look, so let's get back to the Champions League talk. So Inter against Dortmund. And Jujuman, I don't know whether you're saying no, it matters where there's home and away. Now, this is what I said. This is what I believe. My prediction is it's a split. They both win their home games. Inter Milan have to win. They have to win. If Inter Milan either draw or take an L, it's over. They're not coming through the group. Then it's Dortmund and Barcelona going through. So I think a lot of the pressures on Inter Milan, and I do believe, because I was watching a bit of Dortmund's game against Mönchengladbach, and Dortmund still look a bit iffy. They still look a bit iffy, and I think that's Inter Milan's solidity, and I think Conte's tactical news, I think, is going to come into the thing. So my take is Inter get a 1-0 W. Ahmed, Inter Milan, Dortmund. What do you think?
I think that in a group like this, Inter, Dortmund, and Barca should win all their home games. That should be the expectation and the outlook. And Inter should this is a must-win in my opinion against Dortmund at home. And I think I personally agree with you. They'll win by 1 goal, but I see this being more of a 2-1 than a 1-0. I feel like Marco Reus is gonna either get a penalty or some scrappy goal, and
Yeah, he scored
then
on the
Inter
weekend
will.
though. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not saying he won't score. He'll score. He might score, but I don't see him being enough to lift Dortmund to a victory or a point against Inter at home.
Hazem, scoreline.
Yeah. To be honest, this should be a fairly simple win for Dortmund.
What? Wait,
I
So
think,
so even if Inter Milan are playing at home,
yeah, man. Like, to be honest, Inter were playing at home against Juventus, and we saw what happened. They got exposed, and against Barcelona in the second half, they got exposed. So these guys, they had a great period at the beginning of the season, but they showed that without Sensi, their team crumbles. And they're saying Sensi is injured again, and that's for the Dortmund game. So without Sensi, this Inter Milan team is at the level of Roma, I'd say. Because, sorry man, that midfield doesn't convince me. Only Brozovic is good. Um, Lukaku is just trash. I'm sorry, man, but again, in that Juve game, he was just losing the ball everywhere. I know he destroyed the Ligt, but that doesn't count. Um, Inter's defense is good, but again, I just see Dortmund in better form, and Dortmund have been looking solid, and I just see that Dortmund can do the same as what Juventus did to Inter in the second half when Sensi came off. They just completely dominate the game and just wait patiently for Inter to make a mistake. And this is still early for Inter with under Conte's system, and they're bound to still make mistakes. And this is Champions League. I told you, I don't think Inter is getting out of the group. Dortmund's gonna get the better of them.
dominating the game is easier said than done, though.
Yeah, but
okay. So
to be
Hazem, just okay. So give me a score. So what's the score? What's the score?
I'll go with 2-0 Dortmund.
Okay, all right, Jujuman.
I say, I mean, this is a very easy game for
Dortmund.
Dortmund.
Yep.
I think what's it called? Inter Milan are going to finish last in this group because I think
Jujuman,
no,
is it?
this,
Wait, did Antonio Conte
Facts.
sleep with your girlfriend? If he
no,
did,
Facts.
why?
because I saw this the contest system. I'm telling you, it's good going forward. Lautaro Martinez and Lukaku. I'm expecting them to get close to 20 goals this season because of their system. But defensively, I mean, they're leaking too many goals, and Conte doesn't have a good history in Europe. So this guy
Yes.
could if they couldn't beat Club Brugge at home, what makes you think WH will beat Dortmund? Like, I'll be shocked if they get a draw in that game. It'll be like a good result for them because I look at the standings and Dortmund are top of that league of that draw. So it should be Dortmund easily. I say Dortmund win both games against Inter,
Yep.
and I mean Inter. I think Inter will finish last. I'm not even sure they can beat Club Brugge.
No, it's
Jesus.
Slavia Prague. It's Slavia Prague. It's Slavia Prague.
Yeah,
No, seriously, Slavia Prague, Slavia Prague. Okay, all right, Jujuman, you're smoking crack. Okay, Red. How do you think this is gonna go?
I think Inter will probably win it, probably 2-1, 3-1. I'm not too worried about Dortmund. Dortmund, they constantly flop in the Champions League. They've been non-threatening since probably
Oh,
2017.
red, bro.
It's true. You guys are sleeping on the defense that Antonio Conte has in De Vrij, Godin, and Skriniar, which I think that those are three quality defenders. So I think they'll be able to seal tight. Also, Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez are in incredible form. They just scored a brace each today. Lukaku, that's his fourth away game in a row where he scored. Forget you guys want to say Lukaku's trash? Fine, I'll give you guys Lautaro Martinez. The guy is constantly a threat. He went away to the Camp Nou and dropped an amazing performance. Alone, the only thing that worries me is Sensi's out. But I still think even without that, Conte could shift the creativity onto the fullbacks and just push forward with them without having to go through centrally. But yeah, I think that we could easily Inter could beat Dortmund. Like it's not who are the Dortmund have who have Dortmund ever beat? Yeah, who have Dortmund ever beat?
Okay, wait, so wait,
For the past 3 years.
So before we move on, let me just hit the super chats here. So, another super chat here from Daniel Young. Thank you for the $5 super chat. So he says, "Yo, what up, HH? As a fellow Afro-Belizian, I would like to ask, how can our national team become more competitive in CONCACAF and in international play?" Now, look, this is always a very simple thing that I say, that when you're a team who don't boast the talents of the kinds of individuals of, let's say, a Brazil or a Spain or a Germany, you've got to go the Mourinho route. Hate him all he wanted, everything. But when your team or you have players that aren't really up on that whole thing, you have to have a defensive plan. Go defensive, be tactically strong, and be hard to break down. Once you're hard to break down, then be efficient in the chances that you create. So once you just have this basic thing of tough to break down, everybody working hard to defensively strong, you defend as a team, and you attack and you offend and you attack very smart and economically, that is always a very, very good way to be effective. It's pretty much how Greece won the Euros. That was how they won the Euros, not by being attacking, by being tactically disciplined.
Wait. Red asked a question.
Yeah, go for it.
Red asked who have Dortmund beat. I say they outplayed Barcelona.
Did they win? What was the score? Jujuman, what was the score?
No,
what was the
but
score?
still, they outplayed
Like,
Barcelona.
Outplayed for what?
But-
What's good is outplaying with no thingy.
Yeah, but look at Inter Milan. Look at the team. They barely won against Sassuolo and lost to Club Brugge at home.
But they
How
won.
do you even
Barely
go-
won,
Slavia
but
Prague,
they
no
won.
Club Brugge, bro. Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
Better to
Slavia
beat a
Prague.
team that's hard to beat than a team that beats
How are
everyone.
you going to beat Dortmund? Like, I don't know. It's like,
Seriously, I just want to know who have Dortmund beat? Like, what have Dortmund done?
I mean, this
for us
season they've
years ago?
beaten Bayern Munich. They've outplayed Barcelona.
Bro,
So
no,
it's more of a- it's kind
Jujuman,
of like
keep it
a
real.
big match
It's
for
a 50-50 game. It's not an easy game.
Yeah,
It's what makes it good. It's a Inter can beat Dortmund. Dortmund can beat Inter, and
No.
that's what's going to make
No,
Wednesday
I
very
don't
exciting.
think
Dortmund
Inter
have
can
won
beat
Milko,
more
Milko,
Inter this
Milko, what do you
season.
think?
Wait, look, okay, guys, look now. Let's look at Chelsea Ajax right now. It's a double whammy. It's gonna pop off. Everything's gonna pop. Basically, Wednesday's gonna be crazy because Wednesday, hopefully, me and Ford are gonna ride with our live watch along on Twitch. So join me on Twitch. Me and Ford will be on Twitch for the watch along of the
Ford
Chelsea
is
Ajax game, and hopefully will stay with me for the Inter Dortmund game. Now look, I get it. Ajax are the best team in the group. 100%. Ajax are the best team in the group, and Ajax are expected to win this group. But I think Chelsea can say what's up. So my very simple question to the panel is this: be as objective and as real as you can. Wednesday, what the hell happens? Can Chelsea ride and flow like the Phoenix? Or are they going to be screwed up? Let's bring in your boy A1 in there. Chelsea Ajax, what happens? Ahmed, Chelsea Ajax, what happened? Okay. A1, yeah, come on, quick. Chelsea Ajax, what happened? What happens?
3-1 Ajax, man. Chelsea will give them a ride unless
Ooh.
Chelsea go direct like what Tottenham done and play long ball football. I can see them having a chance, but I don't see Chelsea doing that. I see Chelsea trying to play football, and they'll just get outplayed in it because I rate what Lampard's doing. You know what I mean? He's playing football. You know, he's got a system there implemented, but I think he needs his team to get more used to it. But I see Ajax because the team that they've got, the team's basically settled and whatnot. So yeah, I see Ajax winning 3-1.
Ahmed?
In my opinion, well, firstly, I just want to say that I think Real Madrid, Galatasaray is also an important one. But about this one, I would think Ajax should win, and I think Ajax will win 2-1. And I think a good result for Chelsea away from home would be a draw. Because I'm not all in on the Chelsea semis movement, the cult movement that's been
Or
going
final
on.
like
for Chelsea
Abdullah.
semis.
Hater. Ahmed, don't be a hater. But carry on.
How about final like Abdullahi?
Real, he's been real.
Those are the cult leaders.
Hey, chill,
Those
man,
are the-
chill.
those are the-
Come on, chill. Ahmed, go.
So I think 2-1, but Chelsea have a chance to Ajax. But Chelsea still have like a reasonable chance to get a draw out of this one. Like it's not completely out of the picture.
Okay. So before I roll to Hazem, can we please get some likes up in here? We've got over 180 guys in here. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. If you've not yet subbed to the greatest football channel in the world, sub right now. Click subscribe. Like this damn vid, you crazy people. Hazem. Chelsea asks, can Chelsea rise? Tammy Abraham, can we easy? Chill, relax, man. Can Tammy Abraham drop 3 Gs? Can Tammy Abraham drop 3 Gs against Ajax? Hazem.
You forgot Milkor, bro. Before me.
Look, I know he's there. Look, just relax. Just Hazem. Just answer the question. What can Chelsea do?
I expect this to be a high-scoring game. To be honest, really entertaining game. I always believe in Chelsea, you know, but this Ajax team is really good. So I'm counting on Chelsea to get the result in the second game against Valencia. In this Ajax game, what is it? Is it in Stamford Bridge or Old Trafford?
No. I think it's in Amsterdam.
Oh, Amsterdam. All right. If it's in Amsterdam, I'm sorry to say, but Ajax have been red hot. And it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think Tammy Abraham can score 2 goals. Tammy Abraham's going to score 2 goals. Kante will score 1. So I'm going with 3-4 to Ajax. So Ajax is going to win.
Okay. Juju man, score.
This is a formality.
Hey, you wait, Juju man, come on, bro. Juju man, why are you doing me like this? Formality from where? From where? I thought you're a football analyst. You're supposed to be one of the best football analysts in the world. Who told you formality? Where does that analysis come from? From where? From who?
Look, Chelsea, I'm expecting, what's it called?
Oh, so guys, mistake. By the way, it's at Stamford Bridge. It's at Stamford Bridge. The first leg is at Stamford Bridge. Go for it.
Oh,
I thought it was away. Okay, Stamford Bridge. I'm expecting if it's Stamford Bridge, then it changes. Because Stamford Bridge, I was going to say. I was going to say 3-1 initially if it was away at Ajax, but since it's Stamford Bridge,
It
I'll
is away.
say
It is away.
it's away.
It's at Amsterdam.
Yeah, Amsterdam. So
Okay. You know what? Let me.
Well,
Okay.
Stamford
Let
Bridge
me.
is in
Let me
Amsterdam.
just wait. Easy. It will take me 2 seconds here because everybody is confusing me. Because
thought
okay,
Stamford
let me
Bridge was in
wait.
London,
So
not
let's see.
Amsterdam.
Chelsea.
It's away. I think it's away.
It
It's
is
okay.
away.
Okay. It's in Amsterdam. It's in
Yeah.
Amsterdam.
So
Stamford Bridge is in
VAR reviewed it.
Amsterdam? Are you serious?
Yeah.
yeah. So
I thought
so
Stamford Bridge was in London.
no, it doesn't matter. Look, the game is in Amsterdam. What's it called? So with this game, I expect Ajax to win 3-1. I think Tammy Abraham should
3-1.
score one goal. Yeah, 3-1. Tammy Abraham should score one goal, but Ziyech, this guy is like. First of all, they replaced. I mean, they didn't replace
Overrated.
this team. No, he's not overrated. What's it called? This guy is a late bloomer. He's a late bloomer. This guy is improving every season. So I'm expecting Ziyech to do something, and what's it called? So it should be a 3-1 game. This should be a 3-1 game. Ajax, and with the home, they want to get rid of the Tottenham, like they lost. They don't want to lose again. I mean, that would be a bad a bad trend. So I'm going with Ajax 3-1.
Okay. All right. Red. Score.
Yeah. HH, I'm sorry, man. It's an L. Like, no, it's 2-1. It's 2-1 Ajax. I just think they're just gonna be too much for Chelsea. The way they've been playing, it's just I hate to say because I don't really like Ajax that much, and I think they're just too good. They just have this team is meshed well. Ten Hag is a quality coach. Yeah, man. I think they're just gonna outplay Chelsea. It's just simple as Chelsea possibly nicking a result if they just play very pragmatically and sort of use because they do have more physical players than Ajax, so they could kind of bully them because they're at home too, and maybe nick a draw or maybe like a win. But I think Ajax is just gonna outplay them either way. I just don't see Chelsea playing better football per se against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Okay. So conspiracy. So just last few minutes, guys. Okay. Just easy, guys. So last few minutes right now. Send in your questions to the live chat, and I'll pick out the best one. Now, if you desperately want yours read out, use the super chats. But if not, send in your questions, and I will look through the live chat, and the best question I will read it out before we leave this live chat. So send in the questions for the live chat. So who wanted to speak? Someone wanted to speak.
Oh yeah, I want to speak. Just to add on Red's point, what's it called? Ten Hag. This guy he has a philosophy, he has a plan, and I think
What happened to that plan against Tottenham in the semis?
I mean, the lead had brain farts, but that's it.
Oh,
But this guy,
really?
He's
Yeah.
absolutely crap. I'm sorry.
yeah, he's going to outcoach Lampard. I'm telling you, like
And
this guy
yeah,
is very. He has a high football IQ. Ten Hag. He's going to outcoach Lampard. It will be if Lampard pulls this off. I mean, I'm going to have respect for him. But this should be. I mean, should be a straight game.
I mean, is Ten Hag really as good as people say he is, man? I just want to know. Is he really as good as people say he is?
Yes, he is. Like, look,
Yeah,
you know
he plays
how
well.
you know what's a testament of how good he is. Look at Ajax, their budget. Like, I mean, I know they have a good recruiting and youth team, but he's making it work. I mean, United is struggling to do that. I mean, I think we should give him credit.
So let's look at this question here. It says that if Chelsea make top four, who should they buy in the summer then?
They should get Leao.
Yeah.
Leao. I mean, to be honest, does it really fit what Lamp? For me, I think what they need is a defense, basically a quality left back and a quality right back. Give Chelsea a quality left back, a quality right back. They keep a hold of Kanse and a mature, experienced central defender. Chelsea are looking eye.
Honestly, AJ, I think more than anything, Chelsea need is just a quality left and right winger. I think Pedro and Willian need to be moved on.
Yes, bro.
I think that's whenever I see Chelsea, that's what irks me the most is your fullbacks. Yes, I agree with you. Like you definitely need to upgrade on the fullbacks, but for those two wingers, like it's overdue. It's overdue.
All
Like,
right, okay,
Williams
so
in
let's
his 30s, Pedro's in his 30s.
all right. So just final question in here. What's the guys? Surprise team for the Champions League.
Hello.
So who do you guys think is a surprise? Who do you guys think will be the surprise team
no,
this year?
easy, double. I know. With my surprise team is a team that no one is. I know everyone will hate this response, but
I will hate it.
No, yeah, because I know the team that like no one is looking at, and I think they're favorites or top two favorites to win this Champions League. I say it. It's PSG. No one's saying it, but I'll say it.
God.
But no, look. I look
Wait,
at
no.
this team and-
Okay, wait, gentlemen, let me ask you. If, let's say, Neymar gets injured again in February, will you still say PSG?
No. See, Double H. That's the key. They don't need Neymar. This team doesn't need Neymar.
Oh,
Like,
get
they don't need
the
Neymar.
hell
They need
out
Lewandowski.
of here.
They do.
There is
No,
Juju,
they
man.
don't.
There is a no. Okay, wait,
That's
Juju, just listen to me. There is a 0% chance of PSG winning the Champions League without Neymar.
No, I disagree,
0%.
Double H. Like I've kept track of this PSG team and Icardi, what's he called? Sarabia and Idrissa Gueye. This guy's you remember this is the same
Sarabia.
team that beat Liverpool
Maria's
last.
showing up.
Yeah, man.
Oh, no, Di Maria,
remember,
he's
this is the
doing
last-
well. He's doing well, but nah, he's not.
Wait, but Double H, remember this is the last. This is the only team I think. This is the only team that outplayed Liverpool. Like, Liverpool had one shot on target against this team, and adding Sarabia, adding Icardi and Idrissa Gueye, I think people are overlooking that. Because I'm looking at PSG. They're playing Champions League group stages. They're about to top the group without Neymar even playing. And no one is saying anything. They're winning without Neymar.
Okay. Look, we'll see.
surprise team
Look, guys. We'll see you guys. Hopefully Wednesday. So Wednesday we'll have a Champions League reaction hangout on Wednesday.
Double H, just last point.
Okay, last
They
point,
haven't-
last
I
point.
don't think PSG. I don't think
talk
PSG
about
have
my surprise
conceded.
team.
I don't think PSG have conceded any goals so far in the Champions League.
Juju man, that is relevant because when they get to a knockout stage
this
against
team
a
is
real
something
team,
else.
they will go in with a 3-0 lead and lose 6-1 as they always do because they're a
No,
bunch
I don't
of
think so.
losers.
I
Thank
don't
you,
think
guys.
so.